Okay, today is April 16th, 2025. It's exactly 12:01. We're at the Brownsville PUB Annex Building, boardroom, and this is a audit committee meeting. So I will now, we call this meeting to order. Do we have a quorum? We do have a quorum.
Yes.
And this meeting is now open. Any public comments?
No public comments.
Okay, we'll start with the items for presentation and discussion. Number one, Melly, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Member of the board, Melida Pinales, Director of Internal Audit, and my team.
Hello, Norma. Hello.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with agenda item number 1, presentation and discussion of audit reports for fiscal year 24-25. We have A, audit reports with no findings. So during the last quarter, we performed these three audits, or the customer and service support had no findings. We also did 2 unannounced cash counts, so there was no findings to report. So the key internal controls are satisfactory. Any questions? No? Okay.
Any question on that item, no findings? Well, I imagine it's always a good thing when there's no findings. And of course, y'all record this and document it and report back to the different heads of the departments about the no findings.
Yes, sir. So when we complete an audit, we do clear with all levels of management, including up to executive level.
Okay?
Okay, so moving on to agenda item number B, audit reports with findings. So on these 3, we did have findings. We had 1 in purchasing, we had 9 in the warehouse, and then we had 3 in the wastewater lift stations. We will come back in 6 months and perform a follow-up from the final issuance of the report. Is there any questions, or would you like for me to discuss any of the findings on any of the audits?
Mr. Ruddy, anything?
No. Is there anything in the findings that you would like to bring to our attention?
No, sir. When we cleared with the different levels, they're all in agreement. They all have a date of completion. So by the time we report back in 6 months, everything should be completed, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
Melly,
sir.
on the 9 items of the warehouse, was there any need to contact external agencies, law enforcement, to report anything?
No, sir. No, everything just had to do with internal controls. I can name a couple of the findings. We had policy procedures and work instructions that are outdated, the first in, first out method, the warranty. So these are things that can be looked at and are easy things to be fixed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so moving on to letter C, 6-month follow-up recommendations implemented. So we went back and did a follow-up for the accounting and treasury petty cash count number 2, and the recommendations have been implemented, and so have the energy risk management findings. So everything has been completed.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to D, 6-month follow-up recommendations in progress. So for the customer service follow-up, they did implement 3 out of the 4, and 1 of them is still in progress. The one in progress is the commercial accounts with 0 deposits. I did follow up this morning with the team. These are accounts that are coded as commercial and do not have a deposit. Many of these accounts are very old accounts. There's different scenarios. So right now they are working with legal to determine what action or how to move forward with these accounts. So there's different scenarios. I don't know if you would like for the team to expand on this, or?
No?
No? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so then we'll go ahead and move on to agenda item number 2. Would you like for me to read that?
Presentation, discussion of fiscal year 2024-2025 annual audit plan status. Okay.
Okay, so on this one, we're reporting here, we're going to report the status of the approved annual plan that was approved back in September to kick off October the 1st. So we'll go ahead and, let me see, I can't see it. So if you see here, this is the plan that was approved by the board. In green is everything that we've completed from October 1st to now. And then we have the yellow, which is currently in progress. These are all the audits that we're currently working on. And then the gray is anything that has not been initiated. I do want to make mention that we have initiated the general manager, the board of directors, and the facility maintenance annex. On the yellow portion, we did complete the payroll, and the water and wastewater operations, we're waiting for responses. So it's an ongoing thing with audits. We kick off audits, we're waiting for support, then we're testing, so it's an ongoing thing. I don't know if you have any questions?
No, no questions, Mr. Goodell?
I don't think I think I'm misreading this, if you could help me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so on the risk, you have low, moderate, and high.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what's Y?
Y is yearly.
Okay, okay, so it's not the risk, it's just that you do it.
Yes,
the time period.
these are the audits that the board has recommended for us to look at yearly.
Annually, okay, okay.
Okay, and then just real quick on the follow-ups, these are the follow-ups that we have completed, and then what's in progress and what has not been initiated, and the reason it hasn't been initiated is because the 6 months are still not up. And then, of course, this list grows as we complete audits.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, on the ones that haven't initiated, do you have like a deadline or a goal in terms of when you want it completed? Or excuse me, you said not initiated status? On the
So like, for example, these right here, we have the date that the final report was issued out, so it'll be 6 months. So like the ones here in November, these should be done upcoming in May.
In May?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's- Okay, so you do 6 months?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you see any, I mean, there shouldn't be no issues with meeting that time requirement, correct?
No, sir, no, at the beginning of the month, we kick off the announcement letter, we send an email to management requesting support for any of the findings.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. To agenda item number 3. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on to agenda item number 3. So on agenda item number 3, this is just to be consistent with all the other charters, we went ahead and did the format. Nothing has changed. The committee reviewed it during the last audit committee. Everything was fine, so we've made no updates to anything other than the format, just to be consistent with all the other charters.
Sure, sure. No questions on that.
Okay?
That's fine. Thank you, Melanie.
Yes, sir. So then we're
Is
ready to
that,
move to closed session.
Finalize your presentation. Okay, at this time, we'll be moving into closed session. Possible a discussion and update on other internal audit services under section 551.071, special reviews, fraud, waste, and abuse hotline. So before we go into the closed session, I'll ask for a motion to move into closed session.
Move to go into closed session?
We have a motion, and I second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, they're not. So at this time, we'll move into closed session, and it is, what time is it? 12:10. Okay, we're out of closed meeting. It is now 12:27. We have reconvened into our open meeting. We have one item of discussion and possible recommendation that we discussed in closed meeting. Mr. Pequeno,
Yes,
do you have that item?
item 2B, is there a motion to refer the charters for the internal audit charter to the full board for consideration, including moving the fraud, waste, and abuse hotline to HR as discussed in executive?
Okay, we have that one item that Mr. Pequeno just read out and described. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
And move to approve?
Move to approve, and I second that motion. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? None against, so that motion passes. It'll be moving on to the next regularly scheduled board meeting. We'll move to this, for any discussion and a request for future agenda items. Anything?
None.
We have nothing for the future. Melanie, thank you and your staff for this presentation, for the time. And we will be closing this meeting now at 12:28.